I don't go anywhere without my switchblade. I don't go anywhere without my
What's going on, everybody? This is Strict9 from Strict9 Reviews. I'm doing a couple different juice reviews for E-cig and Vapor Shop. I haven't had a chance to throw up a review on their juice, but I have a few different bottles. I've got Extreme Ice, which on that one is 12 milligram Nick in a 5 ml bottle. And I had them mix it at a 50-50. They do 60-40, but you can request a 50-50. I have E-cig. Then I have Silly Van Willy. One of my favorites, Kick-Ass Apple Pie. Strawberry Lemonade. My hand's a little shaky. And Rocky Road. And that one is a dark one. So, since I've already tasted these juices, I'm going to drip them kind of in a different order. But I'm going to go with E-cig first. That one is 12 milligram Nick, and it's a 50-50 mix is what I had them mix up for me. This is one of the first ones that I've gotten from them that's out of the norm of what I normally get from them. Normally the only juice that I would get from them over there is Silly Van Willy, and then I gave it a shot and got some extra juices a little while back, so they've had a little bit of time to steep. On the E-cig, puts out huge clouds, 50-50, yeah, it's going to put out a lot of clouds. The flavor is pretty decent on that one. I would rate it at about a 7 for a cupcake type flavor. It needs to be a little bit sweeter. Maybe some hints of vanilla in there would probably bring that out. But outside of that, it's a pretty good vape. I've mixed it with the Silly Van Willy in another bottle and brought it up to about a 9. So the vanilla added to the E-cig definitely brings out the sweetness and boost the cupcake flavor in there. But that is definitely a good juice on that one. Since I just said the two go together well and this one's not all the way burnt out, I'm going to put in the Silly Van Willy, which is on this one a 6 milligram Nick, and I got it in a 10 ml bottle, and as you can see, and I get quite a bit from them, it is almost gone. The old name was Vanilla Bean Ice Cream, and I've already blasted most of that bottle away with all the rest of them. Actually, in that bottle is the mix of some E-cig with the Silly Van Willy. But on the Silly Van Willy, this one is another 50-50 that I had to mix up, which their normal is 60-40 like I said. And we're going to blast it now. A lot of vapor production on that one. The vanilla is not too strong. The juice has been consistent, so even though they changed the name on it from the Vanilla Bean Ice Cream to Silly Van Willy, they're still the same juice, still tastes just as good. On that one, for Vanilla Bean Ice Cream, I would put it at a 9. I mean, there's not much else you could do to really change that flavor on there. It is what it says it is, and that's really good. Now, next I'm going to shoot for is the Rocky Road. It looks really dark on cam, but it is still translucent, so you can kind of see through it. If you can see the lighting in the background, you can still see through it. It's still a dark juice. I tend to avoid dark juices because sometimes they will clog an addy. This one, I haven't had an issue with it clogging any addies, so it's not real thick and it's not really dark, so that one I'm not too worried about. This 12 milligram Nick, on this one I left it at a 60-40. Throw 2 drips in here. This one's had some time to steep, so give it a shot and see how this one does. I got that cranked at 4.8 on a 3 ohm drip addy. Still tons of clouds. On that one on a rocky road, I would put that at probably about an 8. It's not very chocolatey, but it's really hard to get a chocolate to come through hardcore without making it dark and clogging atomizers, so you really can't do too much on that end. You do get hints of the nut and marshmallow in there, so it is definitely a rocky road like it says it is. It's a pretty good vape, and when it said rocky road, I really didn't know what to expect, if it was really going to be a rocky road. Some juices say they are something and they're not, but this one's definitely a rocky road and kind of awesome. Now for the next one I'm going to throw in here is going to be the strawberry lemonade. That one's a 12 milligram Nick. That one I had them leave at a 60-40 as well. Just their house blend. It tasted great the way it was, and I don't want to mess up something that's already good. Alright, got everything burned out of that now. And put a couple drips in here. The only downside is on this one, sometimes the caps stay on, and if you screw it on too tight, sometimes the caps come back off. Well, the cap stayed on, so awesome. That works. And this is strawberry lemonade, house blend, 12 Nick. On that one for strawberry lemonade, I would put that at a 7. The lemonade is perfect. The strawberry is not quite there. It's more of a candy type strawberry instead of like a fresh ripe strawberry. So that's something I look at on a strawberry lemonade is I want that strawberry that feels like biting into a fresh strawberry, and that's really hard to do with the lemonade. And I haven't found anywhere that's actually produced a strawberry lemonade that does that without putting out some kind of chemical taste. So what they did there, that's still a really good strawberry lemonade. The lemonade's a little bit overpowering, but that's a hard one to balance on there. You either get higher lemonade or higher strawberry. It's kind of hard to find that equal medium. Still a lot of vapor production and clouds from the 60-40. Kick-Ass Apple Pie. This one is one of the ones I'm saving for last other than Extreme Ice, and of course Extreme Ice is going in last because then everything else that I would drip would taste like ice or menthol, so we all already know that. But Kick-Ass Apple Pie, 12 milligram Nick. I left it at the house blend because it tasted awesome at the house blend, so if it tastes great, why mess with it? Good vapor production on there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would tip the scale and say 11. It's kick-ass. I mean, it's kick-ass apple pie. It's not apple pie, it's kick-ass apple pie. You taste the notes of cinnamon, just everything that would go into an apple pie. I mean, you can taste the fresh apple slice that has been baked with the cinnamon. Everything is there. You really don't taste a crust, which I'm not a big fan of crusts whenever I'm vaping, so that's a bonus on that end. Outside of that, though, it is exactly what it says. It is kick-ass apple pie. If you get a chance, stop by and check these guys out at the E-cig and Vapor Shop. And they're off of Reno and Sooner Road and the shopping center over by Chilino's. They got a full staff crew over there. They're pretty good folks. Nice little lounge area if you got kids. They got coloring books that you can take in there, and the kids can kick back and color while you go over and try out different juices. Ted or anybody else over there is really good. Ryan's really good to talk to, and they like to sit down with you if you're a new vapor. They're kind of based around new vapors, not quite up to the experienced modders or anything like that yet. But, you know, they're still a newer shop, so you got to give them some time on that end. But they will sit down with new, old, it doesn't matter. Sit down, they'll talk to you. You're welcomed in there. If you're new, I've noticed that they sit down and shoot you a glass of water and let you take steps through different nicotine levels from 0 all the way up to 24 to see which one works best for you. And so if you've got a little bit of time, you can sit back and see, and I like the way that they do that, because he lets you try a 6 and then ask you how you feel, and if you feel like you still need a cigarette, he's going to bump you up to a 12. Try a 12. 12's kind of doing it, but still not there. Let's go 18. 18, yeah, it's there, but I still need a smoke. Then it'll go up to the 24. And 24 is normally that spot where people vape and they're like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to walk out of here. I'm not going to go to the gas station next door and buy any cigarettes. If I have cigarettes in my car, I'm going to go chunk them. And so that's good. I like their concept of what they do over there. That's a pretty good deal. For the last one is going to be the Extreme Ice. And it is what it says. It is Extreme Ice, and it's 12 milligram nic. And this one is another house blend. And the kick-ass apple pie likes to stick around a little bit, which is good too when you're dripping. You don't have to keep dripping and keep going. It likes to stick in there a little bit, so you get that vapor in there for a little while. Still a little bit left. Alright, got that all burned out. Give this a shake. And throw some Extreme Ice in here. Do 2 drops on that one. These put out kind of big drops, so that's good. And let's give this one a blast. I like this one. I'm not a menthol fan, but this one is pretty nice. Lots of vapor production on that one. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's definitely a 10. I mean, it's Extreme Ice. It is what it says. It's not too overpowering. It's got a little bit of a throat hit that's expected with the menthol, but it's fresh mint. It's not a tobacco menthol. It's kind of hard to explain. It's not really too much of a pepperminty menthol either. It seems like there might be a hint of peppermint in there, but I mean, it's nice, cool, fresh breeze. When you blast it, you get that cold in, cold out, so that's really good. You get a chance, go in, try some of these juices. They're all free to try. And they have another cool little setup thing that I like, that you can text in your order and it'll be ready when you get there. But let them know you've seen the review on Strict 9 Reviews, and vape strong.